The Unconscious Recoupling of Mr. and Mrs. Rogers by Camille Guyon. Starring Camille Guyon and Richard Hirsch. A couple is in session with a high-profile therapist to the stars, attempting to end an acrimonious marriage.
We're at the end of our ropes with this endless dance of disharmony. We just need instructions on how to either make it or break it, as in divorce.
Oh, I think the make it ship has sailed and sunk. We've been broken down for a long time now.
Yes, no treasure to salvage here. That relational reckoning that our last therapist had us do to try and resuscitate this rotted marriage was just a huge, huge waste of time.
That's because you failed the test on practicing cognitive empathy.
So did you. Now, we just want the conscious uncoupling protocols here, the ones Gwyneth pioneered. Shouldn't be too hard for you, since you've unilaterally started that quiet quitting that's been gaining traction lately. Such negativity and that deliberate indifference all the time. You leave the house in a huff as soon as you wake up, and you're retired now with nowhere that you have to go.
You always wake up barking.
Are you calling me a bitch?
If the collar fits.
See what I have to live with? This low vibrational energy. You're always taking these not so passive aggressive swats at me.
I had to become an honorary member of the SWAT team just to deal with you all these years.
It's just a prime example of you littering my mind with your toxic negativity. It's just mind invasion, pure and simple.
If you want to get on the negativity merry-go-round, how about all the times you harp about what I'm not doing, and when I do something, it's not up to your chimerical standards. All you do is criticize, complain, condemn, and crap on my day.
Oh, just take your trash and dump it somewhere else. And don't pass go till you get a manners and mental makeover.
You are just too HHHSS for anyone to live with.
Oh, here we go. I wondered how long it would take you to trot out your new favorite label for me, always calling me a highly, highly, highly sensitive snowflake. And at my age, I don't even qualify to be lumped into the snowflake generation.
Speaking of lumps, I get lumps in my throat every time I try to talk to you. You're impossible and unreasonable 24/7. And this is in the postmenopausal stage. It's almost as bad as when your crazy making monthly hormones hijacked your endocrine system. I should have been canonized as a saint for living through that. And then there was the hellacious head spinning hot flash phase.
Well, here's a news flash for you. You're no saint. And you're going to lose your entire vintage record collection because I'm entitled to half, and you're going to have to sell the other half to pay my lawyers. That'll teach you to strike a low blow, taking a swat at my endocrine system. You men, you always blame everything on that.
Just like you women always blame everything on our jobs that deprive you of quality family time and help raising the kids.
Oh, well, they don't raise themselves, Listen, I entered into this marriage under the illusion, make that delusion, that this was going to be a 50-50 partnership. And we weren't going to be like other couples who ended up detached, dysfunctional, and divorced, like Tom and Giselle.
I busted my ass for 50 years to put a Beverly Hills roof over your plastic surgery Botox head. I funded all your shopping sprees, and I still suffer from Jimmy Choo and Christian Louboutin PTSD.
Louboutin.
I met all your demands to send our kids to A-list schools that only celebrities, billionaires, and high-ranking drug cartel dealers went to. The tuition alone was $25,000 a year, times 3 kids, for crying out loud. And then there was the tuition for Harvard, Yale, and Stanford I had to pony up.
You've enjoyed the bragging rights to that too, and yet you're always throwing that in my face I've had to enhance a bit over the years to remove frown lines that you caused, and so I can hold your attention when your wandering eyes strayed. Plus, you thought you were entitled to 2 midlife crises because people are living longer now.
I wouldn't have cared if you had eyelids and jowls that knocked your knees when you walked, or had a face. It was so wrinkled, it looked like every highway and freeway in the United States. I just never felt like I did anything good enough for you.
Really? Is she eating a tuna sandwich?
Yeah. Remember how we always knew you were pregnant when you turned down caviar and toast and insisted on tuna sandwiches from Nate Now's?
Yeah. And you'd always run out and get them at all hours. And you'd breathe through your mouth so you didn't have to smell the tuna.
Right.
I miss those days. I miss that husband.
And I miss that wife who turned down caviar and could really enjoy wolfing down a good oversized tuna sandwich with extra piccalilli.
You remember that too.
Of course I do. It was one of the most endearing things about you.
Well, I'm turning my nose up at caviar right now.
Hey, honey, what do you say we get out of here and go get a tuna sandwich?
Love nothing more, darling.
You know, I don't think she's been listening to a single word we've said, but she's worth every penny of the $500 an hour we pay her. Look at us, two lovebirds again.
Postcards from the Edge by Carrie Fisher, starring Cheryl Collin and Mary Jo Robertson. Suzanne Vale is a recovering drug addict trying to pick up the pieces of her acting career and get on with her life following an overdose. Upon her release from rehab, Suzanne is forced to live with her mother, Doris, the loud, competitive, manipulative, self-absorbed actress whom she struggled to escape from for years. Doris is in the kitchen making her usual morning vodka smoothie and hears Suzanne rooting around in the bathroom for drugs. Who's there?
Hi, Ma. It's me. I'm just looking for some aspirin.
Well, did you find them?
Yep.
Don't you have looping this morning? How do you expect to get anywhere in this business if you don't show up? Sit down, Suzanne. I have something to tell you, and I don't want you to get upset with me because I predicted this.
What?
Your beloved business manager, you know, Marty Wiener, the guy you stayed with when I begged you to leave.
Skip to the part where I'm an asshole.
No need to use that kind of language.
Mother,
Yes, darling.
the news.
Marty Wiener's disappeared.
Disappeared.
The police called to say he's nowhere to be found, and neither is his client's money.
Meaning what? That I have no money? They've got to find him. I'll have to sue him.
Well, I called your stepfather's attorney, Mark, whatever his name is, Stone, and you know, he's the best.
It's great. It's great. Thank God I got sober in time to be humiliated. Shit.
No, feeling sorry for yourself, dear. You know, you could make an enormous amount of money if you would just sing. You've got a God-given talent and you just choose to throw it away.
I am not going to be a singer, Mom. I'm getting out of the business. If I don't, I'll never have a chance at a normal life.
Let's take this just one step at a time, okay? First of all, everyone is always getting out of the business. And second, just like me, some morning I
will
wake
you
up with my
please
head in my
Stop
armpit.
telling me what to do for a couple of minutes. Isn't it enough that you were right?
You're just upset at having me for your mother. You blame me for your drug taking.
I do not. I do not, Mother. I took the drugs. Nobody made me.
Oh, sure, but in your heart, you think I'm an alcoholic. And that's the reason for your misfortunes, isn't it? Go ahead, say it. You think I'm an alcoholic.
Okay, I think you're an alcoholic. Happy now?
Well, I was an alcoholic when you were a teenager. You know, I had a breakdown. My marriage fell apart and I lost all my money. I got over it. Now I just drink like an Irish person.
Yeah, drink to relax. You just enjoy a little wine. I know you told me.
Don't be fresh.
You don't want me to be a singer. You're the singer. You're the performer. I can't possibly compete with you. What does somebody want? You want me to do well, but not better than you.
You're just jealous because I can drink and you can no longer take drugs. I can handle it, but you can't.
Handle it. How do you handle it?
My drinking doesn't interfere with my work like it did yours. My drinking doesn't interfere with my life.
What do you call this?
I call this, you're sitting in judgment of me? What I do is my business. What I drink is my business.
And what I do is mine. If you want me to get off your back, then get off of mine.
Well, I wish my mother was as, no, you know what? I'm your mother.
And I am your daughter. And I am long past the age where it's appropriate for you to tell me how to run my life. A woman my age struggling to grow up and break free of her mother. This is tragic.
Well, I wish my mother had been as concerned about me when I was a child.
Your mother beat you and she locked you in closets.
One closet. But she didn't beat me. You know, she used the strap on me sometimes. You know, you're lucky you had me for your mother and not her. If you think I'm tough,
You'll do.
and just what is that supposed to mean?
Nothing.
Suzanne, will you please tell me what terrible thing I did to you when you were a child?
You want to know? Fine. From the time I was 9 years old, you gave me sleeping pills.
You couldn't sleep.
You don't give kids sleeping pills.
They weren't sleeping pills. They were over the counter, perfectly safe. Don't blame me for your drug taking. I don't blame my mother for my misfortunes or for my drinking.
You don't even admit you drink. Remember my 17th birthday party when you lifted up your skirt in front of all the boys?
I didn't lift up my skirt. It accidentally twirled up. You just remember the bad stuff.
You weren't wearing underwear.
Well, darling, I'm sorry if you think I hurt you. Everything I did out of love for you. I did things wrong. I'm only human.
Can we please, let's just stop.
I'm sorry. I made mistakes. Suzanne, where are you going? I'm not finished talking to you.
I am gonna go cut an album. I'm gonna buy some twirly skirts. I'm going to fucking Lou. Happy now?
Best Friends by Linda Singer, starring Linda Singer and Catherine Campbell. Janie and Beverly have just returned to Janie's home in upscale Palos Verdes Estates after a night out celebrating Beverly's birthday. Best friends since high school, they know all of each other's secrets and have supported each other through a teenage abortion and a drug bust in college. Even after both married, the couples have always been very close.
Alrighty then. How about a refill?
Oh, I probably shouldn't. Maybe just a small one.
Oh, good. I have another surprise for you.
Oh, enough with the birthday already. God.
Here, look at these photos that I found while I was cleaning out the storage room.
Oh my God, I love this one. This is the first time the four of us ever went out as two couples. And I remember we were so worried that guys wouldn't like each other because they were so different. And we had such a good time. At the end of the evening, Jim had asked me to join the Play-Doh book club.
Look at this photo of the two of them. God, aren't they cute? You know, I think they're alike in a lot of ways, but I think my Jim is a little more free-spirited than your Michael, don't you think?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, how many free-spirited engineers do you know?
Exactly. Yeah, Jim, he's easygoing. He can let things go. Michael, oh my God, he's so unforgiving. You don't want to tick him off.
Well, I don't know about unforgiving, but I'll tell you, he never, ever forgets a thing.
Oh my God. Here, take a look at this photo taken of the four of us on that cruise we took to Alaska. You know, I've given it a lot of thought, and I've pretty much decided that this is when it started.
What? What started?
You know, you and Jim.
What do you mean, me and Jim?
You know, you and Jim.
God, you know, I was on that trip too, that trip to Alaska, and I remember it very well. The four of us were always together. So what the hell started?
No, we weren't always together. There were plenty. Well, for example, that one night when I got so drunk and I had to go back to the room and throw up. I'd been there a few minutes and I heard Michael stumble into your room. Jim didn't come in for hours. Next morning, I see the two of you with your little heads together, laughing and giggling and whispering about how much fun you'd had getting to know each other better.
So we were laughing and talking, and you go immediately to, we must be doing something wrong. Do you think your husband is that irresistible? I mean, I love Jim. I love going to the book club with him. But as you know, he thinks the book club is the best thing for him, when he has a busy week at work. But beyond that.
Yeah, well, I was a little slow figuring this out. I think I must have been willfully blinded by how much I care about you, because I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that you would do something like that.
Like what? What are you talking about? What kind of person do you think I am? You know how I feel about you and Jim and the girls.
Oh, I thought I knew how you felt. Take a look at this last picture.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Where did this come from?
Yeah. Naked picture of you. Interesting book club attire.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And that's Jim's reflection in the mirror.
Shit.
Yeah, I was going through Jim's phone the other day looking, I don't know, for something, and I decided to look through the photos and I came across this. Oh my God. Surprise, surprise, surprise.
Okay, let's back up a little bit here and talk about what really happened. You're the one who ran off to London, left him alone with the girls. He was miserable. He thought you were having an affair with the tour guide.
Come on, you know what was going on then. You know we were going through a rough time. You know we were considering divorce, and you know we needed a break. And you know goddamn well that I was not having an affair with a tour guide. For God's sake, you know me better than that.
Yeah, well, he thought you were. And we were always trying to take care of him when you were gone. So one night I took him some dinner and some wine. The girls were out at a sleepover. And we were just sitting on the couch talking. And all of a sudden, he started sobbing. And it was so sad and horrible. He was so hurt and broken. And I put my arms around him and I hugged him. It was like a one-time thing. I was comforting him. It meant nothing.
Nothing? It meant nothing? Why in the world would you jeopardize 2 marriages for something that meant nothing?
I was comforting him for you.
Oh, bullshit.
Take care of him.
Bullshit. Look at this.
You know, I don't want to play your hateful game.
Yeah, 2 beautiful diamonds, right? Used to be one great big diamond that hung around your neck. A gift for you last Valentine's Day from my husband. You lost it. I found it. Well, sort of found it. I took it off your neck that night. I hugged you so tight when you won the big pot at Bunko.
You took it off my neck. You stole it. How could you?
Yep, a gift from my husband, Tiffany's. He has such good taste, you know, and he never throws a receipt away, not ever, keeps them in a big old plastic bag. Here, look at this.
That is not the same necklace.
Oh, yes, it is. Let's stop the bullshit. You need to sit around. You need to stick around. You're not going to leave until I tell you to leave.
Oh,
I'm
going home.
No, you're not. Not yet. You're not. Not yet. You're not. Here's the deal, sweetheart. You've been fucking my husband, and I want it to stop. If you don't stop, I'll tell your husband, and he'll never forgive you.
He won't believe you because he knows you're crazy, just like Jim does.
Well, I may be crazy, but at least I'm not evil. Fucking my best friend's husband, really?
Listen, I do love Jim. I love him as a friend, but he'll tell you there is nothing going on right now. It's over. Did you ever really realize how lonely Jim is? You know, I might have saved your marriage with my friendship.
Oh my God, how thoughtful of you. Saving my marriage by spreading your legs.
Okay, we did something wrong. And it was a one-time thing. It's over. Can we get past this?
Yeah, we sure can. You, my dear, will break up with my husband, but you will not tell him that I know. If you tell him that I know, I will tell your husband and he will leave you.
I thought you didn't care.
I don't care.
Well, why don't you want him to know that you know if you don't care?
I want you to hurt him.
Oh my God, you are an evil bitch.
This coming from the friend's husband fucker.
I will never, ever talk to you again.
Oh my God. Get your coat, get out of here. You know, you've got a lot of hurting to do. One way or another, somebody's going to get hurt. Will it be Michael behind door number 1 or Jim behind door number 2? Beverly.
Yes.
Happy birthday, darling.
Oh.
Skylight by David Hare, starring Mark Schwartz and Carol Carson. On a bitterly cold winter evening, schoolteacher Kyra Hollis receives an unexpected visit from her former lover and employer, Tom Sargent, a successful restaurateur. It has been 3 years since Tom's wife, Allison, much beloved by Kyra, died. Their relationship has always been a passionate battle between opposing ideologies and mutual desires.
I missed you. professionally.
What? You missed me so badly, it's taken you 3 years to get back in touch?
I missed you in person as well. I really did, Kyra. I never got used to it ever.
Oh, really? Missed me so badly. It's taken you 3 years to get back in touch.
Oh, come on, now look.
Come on. Really, let's be serious.
You think I haven't wanted to? You think I haven't wanted to pick up the phone and call? You think I haven't wanted to pick up the telephone? You think I haven't wanted to jump in the car and bust through your bloody door?
Then why didn't you?
Kyra, you know why. Because I knew once I saw you, then I'd be finished. I'd never be able to leave.
Okay, well, I must say, that's an answer.
You see?
What?
Well, I'm getting better, aren't I?
You're getting better at what?
Talking about my feelings. You always told me I had no gift for that stuff.
You know, as far as I remember, we had no need for it. We had no need to talk about our feelings at all.
You know, I never understood that. I still don't. You never felt the slightest sense of betrayal.
There you are. And I always felt profoundly at ease. And you were the person that I fell in love with, and as it happened, you arrived with a wife.
I'm going to go get Frank.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to call down to Frank just to send out to go to Delhi, bring us something back for now.
Well, hold on a minute. What are you saying? Are you saying that Frank is sitting out there?
Sure.
What, waiting out in the car the whole time we've been talking?
Yes. I mean, yes, for Christ's sake, what's wrong with that?
You leave him out there? You really are quite extraordinary.
Why?
You used to tell me you had this great gift. Though I remember you used to call it your man management skills. And yet, but you just still treat people as if they were no better than objects.
For God's sakes, Kyra, the man is a driver. That's what he does. You know full well drivers don't drive. They spend the greater part of their lives waiting.
Tom, there's some sort of limit.
That is what they expect. Kyra, Frank, as it happens, is perfectly happy. Frank, for a start, is bloody well paid. He's sitting in a spacious limousine, listening to Kiss 100 and reading what is politely known as a men's interest magazine.
Have you looked out the window? Have you seen the weather? Have you seen there's snow about to come down?
Oh, don't give me that crap. Frank's far better off sitting in that warm Mercedes than he would be in this fucking fur factory of yours, which you call a home.
Oh, well,
you know, this is the problem. And that was the problem. This ridiculous self-righteousness. I mean, to be fair, you always had it, but I knew it wasn't going to get any better. And let's face it, it was only going to get worse once you decided you wanted to teach.
it has nothing to do with my teaching. It isn't to do with what I do. It is just a way of respecting people.
Frank isn't people. Frank is a man who is doing a job. This was the whole trouble with business in you. You looked down always on the way we did things, on how things were done. I mean, finally, that's why you had to leave.
Well, I must say,
I mean,
I
well,
never knew that was the reason.
all right. I'm sorry.
I never knew that that's why I had to
put it
leave.
badly. I put it badly.
Badly? You did. And I thought I left because your wife discovered that I've been sleeping with you for over 6 years.
I mean, well, yes, that was part of the problem as well.
I should say it fucking well is.
That was part of the problem, but you
Part of.
You did have a problem of attitude. Your attitude to business, you never got straight.
Well,
Look, what I'm saying is you would have left anyway. I could sense it. You were getting ready for a change. It was time for it.
Tom, I left because I always warned you. If Alice finds out, then I shall go.
All right.
I told you 1,000 1,000 times.
Yes, I know you did.
I can only do this for as long as she doesn't find out. And when she found out, then it's just changed things instantly.
Instantly. You were gone in an hour. Wham. With me left to explain to all the other employees.
Oh, really?
I don't think anyone was very convinced.
Well, I had no choice. I mean, I know it sounds stupid. You get something worked out in your own mind, and then something changes. The balance is gone. You no longer believe your own story. And that, I'm afraid, is the moment to leave. I heard you moved.
Yes, we did that quite quickly. We moved when Alice started to get ill.
Well, how long was the illness?
She was, let's see, she was in bed. For the bad bit, I suppose it was going on for a year. I mean, we'd known soon after you left us. She needed to be someplace peaceful. I built her this extraordinary bedroom with this wonderful sloping glass roof, the common outside. It was fantastic. We gave her the picture she wanted to see, exactly what she wanted to see. She became quite mystic. I mean, I don't mean to sound cruel, but that was kind of hard for me.
In what way?
Well, Alice, she got a hold of this bloody word spiritual. It's just one of those words people use.
Is that how Alice was?
I don't mean to downgrade it. Alice was dying. Let's face it. In my view, she grabbed onto whatever she could.
Yes, but Tom, I mean, surely that's not so unusual.
I don't know. I mean, I guess.
That's how most people die. They die in that state, not knowing, half knowing. I mean, surely that's what you'd expect.
I don't know. See, I could see the room was beautiful. The sloping glass roof, the sandalwood floor, the sky, the greenery, the light. I gave her everything.
So what are you saying?
I don't know. I felt sort of frustrated, out of contact.
So what you're saying is the two of you never got straight.
No.
So what you mean is you never got over your guilt.
Guilt. I don't know. I mean, guilt is one of the words that people use. I mean, yes, I can hardly deny it. Both Alice and me, we knew our time together was wrecked. She'd say to me quietly, Tom, I think we were mismatched, always. For a man like you, Kyra is much more intelligent. She'd praise you, always. Kyra's attractive, Kyra's clever, she's smart. Always. When she got ill, you think I see this as some sort of punishment? I mean, Alice, she's got this, she's working for her peace of mind. It's taken from her. Your friendship. She's just beginning to absorb all this, and then she's told she's going to die.
And now?
Now?
What are you feeling?
I think I'm all right. I've found ways of coping in the ways that you do. I have the business. It's fine. I have the house. No problem. You suffer. That's what you do. There are no easy ways. And I have done my fair share of suffering.
Do you think, please, Tom, do you think I believe this stuff you've been telling me?
stuff.
I'm enjoying the business. It's wonderful. Alice dying was hard, but of course I survived it. No problem. Oh, I just dropped around to see you. Oh, no reason. I just thought it was time. And me, I'm just standing here, nodding, smiling, agreeing like some sort of ape. And I'm thinking, is this man lying to me deliberately? Or does he not even notice? Or is he so used to lying to himself? It's all right for me. I'm fine. You can tell me anything, any old story. I'm lucky because I moved on.
All right. It's true.
Come on, Tom.
I couldn't face Alice. I could not at the end. Any excuse. I went traveling. I opened hotels abroad, New York, Los Angeles, the further the better. I couldn't. Do you think, I know it was wrong of me. Do you think I didn't know? But I just couldn't stay in that room. I was so angry. I felt this anger. I never got over it. I felt this fury every day that you had walked out and left us. And I tried to use it. I did. I used your memory. I told myself, look, if you behave yourself, if you try, then maybe there's still a chance.
A chance?
Yes.
What sort of
I
chance?
think you know what I mean. If I behave well, if I can get through this, then maybe there's a chance that Kyra will come back. If Kyra were here, she'd know what to do. But you left and left us and ran
Yes,
away.
yes, I had to.
You did the one thing you said people should never do.
I had no alternative. I had to get out of Alice's way. And I had to make a new life of my own.
And this is it, Kyra. This is that life. Will you tell me, please, Kyra, what exactly are you doing here?
Are you going to go down? Will you speak to Frank then?
What shall I tell him?
Send him away.
The Contract by Teresa Rebeck, starring Chuck Martinez and Bob Lipson. We are in the office of Phil Kleinman, a mid-level Hollywood talent agent, during an interview with Tom, an actor in search of representation.
Okay, so let's take a look. Let's take a look at your resume, okay? Pasadena Playhouse, King Lear.
Oh, I also dance.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
One-
that's
okay.
representative. There's a ton more stuff. I just
Yeah.
thought I limited the last couple of years.
Yeah, character. This is what we're talking about, character. Come on.
You know, I don't see myself as a type.
Yeah,
There's just so much range.
but we need to find out your characters. So like, what, look.
Oh, yeah.
That's your bar mitzvah picture? Just teasing with you a little bit.
Yeah. You know, I do have quite an age range I can cover, but not quite that young. I did play a 40-year-old junkie, though. In an independent piece, that was something to see.
Oh, okay. You know they're hot this year?
Oh, you want video on that? I can get you that video.
Okay.
It was excellent. I mean, granted, I didn't have a whole lot to do, but there's this great cameo of me drifting off. It was killer stuff. You could just feel the pathos of the character.
Wait. You know what you should do? all this, a lot of character, a lot of stage stuff, right? Theater, right?
Yeah, most of my work has been theatrical. I mean, there's nothing like being in front of an audience to make it.
It's fantastic. I love the theater. So here's what you do. Why don't you give us a call next time you're in something and we'll stop by and take a look, okay?
But isn't that why you called me in? You saw me in the showcase and you wanted to.
All I'm saying is it would be just great to see you in something a little bigger, get more of a sense of what you can do.
Yeah, but you call. You bring me in and now you're leaving me hanging?
Look, can I be candid? Tom, I mean, this is a tough business. It's tough. It's tough. Best to be candid, isn't it?
Absolutely. Particularly when you're first getting to know someone.
Wait a minute, because I'm sort of getting I'm not getting your tone here. I mean, I called you in because I think you have talent. I might want to, represent you someday. And now I'm getting like this ton of attitude. What is this?
No, it's no attitude here. I just thought you called me in.
Saying, don't talk to me like an idiot.
I'm not talking to you like you're an idiot. You're talking to me like you call. I take time out of my schedule.
Very busy schedule. Yeah, I know.
You called me. You called me.
Of course I called you and you jumped, right? You jumped at this. I mean, you want representation or not? Come on, you want it or not?
Of course I want it. Why else would I be here?
All right. I am the representation. I am what you want. I am the object of desire in this town. You got that? It's me. Now you want to work? You want to see your face on the screen, the fucking tube, whatever?
Look, I don't want to get off on the wrong foot here.
I am what gets you that. I am what makes this town run.
Why are you yelling at me?
Oh, now I'm yelling.
Yeah, and you're not even representing me, and now you're going off like
I said I might.
Oh, that's just great.
Look, Tom, I didn't invent the world. I didn't make up the rules. I'm giving you advice free. Do you know what you are? You're an actor. No one gives a shit about you. You're a total nobody. The fact that I'm even speaking to you today will probably be the highlight of our whole year. This is show business, you moron. And actors are the lowest form of life. Oh yeah. I know everybody says that about agents, but they're wrong. They're wrong. I mean, we're slime. Okay, but we're slime that you need. And that means I don't have to be nice to you. You have to be nice to me.
That's nuts. You're nuts.
I'm what?
You're right. I am an actor, an artist. And this is an art form. And I get it. It's show business. But we're talking about telling stories here, reaching out, expressing our humanity. I've given up everything to do this work. My family thinks I've maxed. I've been broke every fucking day of my adult life, but I know. To you, I'm just another actor. But this is a noble calling. You understand that? We're merely puppets, dancing for the gods. We bring meaning out of nothing, out of oblivion. We create art, and you can't. God damn it! No.
Wait a minute. Did you just finish in a sentence there? I mean, did you actually say something?
I don't want you to represent me.
You what? Wait, what are you doing?
I'm leaving.
Did I say you could go? I don't remember saying that.
I didn't ask.
Oh, come on. Would you sit down? Come on. I mean, sit. I like it, Tom. Would I even be talking to you if I didn't? Sit. Look, if I were vindictive, I could email every casting director I know and tell them, you're a difficult guy. And that would be it. Your career boom, it's over. It would be over.
Is that a threat?
It's just a fact.
I am leaving.
You leave when I tell you to leave. I mean, there's something you're not getting here, Tom. I'm your friend. I see an actor with talent. I ask him to come in. He's clearly confused about how the world works, but I like him. So I decided to teach him a few lessons, useful lessons. I am your friend. And if you ever want to work as an actor, get paid, actually have a real acting job instead of some stupid theater thing, then you will leave when I say leave.
You know, Nietzsche was not right.
Oh, Jesus.
No, Nietzsche. I once did this acting exercise. It was based on his philosophy of humanity. But basically what it boiled down to was who was going to win the scene. Because he had this theory about the will to power. While it gives a useful construct.
Wait a minute, don't you fucking talk to me about Nietzsche.
Wow. You know, I can see that this is really important to you. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to let you win the scene.
Wait, you what?
Whatever you want, Phil. I'll do whatever you want. You want me to stay, leave, whatever. That's what I'll do.
I want you to listen.
Oh, I am listening. And I want to thank you for everything you've said. I mean, you've really put me on the right path, and I appreciate it.
You should.
Oh, I do.
Wait a minute. What are you doing?
I'm letting you win the scene.
You're letting, what do you mean you're letting me?
I'm saying you're right. You are right. Phil, you're amazing. It's been a thrill meeting you, and I just want to thank you for the time you've given me.
Wait a minute. You're acting, aren't you?
Do you want me to be acting?
You know, that's funny. I mean, you're a real comedian.
If that's what you want me to be.
You know, you're fucking with my head, so I'll sign you. Am I right? I mean, because that's kind of brilliant, Tom.
Well, I kind of thought that.
I mean, I could work with that because then we understand each other. You know, we're on the same wavelength.
Oh.
What? Are we understanding each other or not? I mean, am I winning the scene or not?
Yeah, of course.
I like you. I like you. Hey, Susie, come on. Bring a set of those standard contracts, will you?
You mean you want to draw up the papers now?
I'm gonna sign you. Tom, welcome to Hollywood. Yeah.
The Exchange by Gary Michael Kluger. Starring Chuck McPeak as the customer service representative and Kelly McCool as a customer. We are in the customer service department of Macy's, where a customer is locked into a battle of wills with a customer service representative over the return of a gift.
Excuse me. Hello? Is anyone here?
I hear you. Can you wait a minute?
Not really. I'm kind of in a hurry.
I'm sorry. We just got a TV back and I was checking something out.
Oh, are you the repair person?
No.
Then what were you checking out?
Oprah, she's doing a piece on transsexual accountants who want to marry their pets. She's now talking to a guy who used to be a girl and he's madly in love with his French poodle.
I'm sure it's very interesting, but I'm kind of in a hurry. I have another appointment.
Right. What can I do for you?
Well, I got this and I don't like it.
Oh,
Are you going to say anything else?
um, I'm sorry you don't like it.
This is the exchange department, isn't it?
If you wanted to exchange this, why didn't you just say so?
Well, isn't it obvious? Why else would anyone come here?
Maybe gift wrapping?
You do gift wrapping here.
No, that's the next office over.
Well, then why would anyone come here for gift wrapping?
Maybe they're confused like you are.
I'm not confused. If I wanted gift wrapping, I would have asked for gift wrapping, true?
True. But if you thought this was the exchange department, you would have asked for an exchange. All you said was, I don't like it.
Well, what does that sound like to you?
It sounds like a complaint. That department's on the 3rd floor.
Okay, look, let's start over. I got this coffee maker, I don't like it, and I would like to exchange it.
Why?
I just told you I don't like it.
That's it?
Isn't that enough?
Not always. I don't know if I just don't like it is in the store's exchange policy.
Okay, look, I don't
Now,
want to go.
just stay calm a minute and let me check.
What's that?
Rules and regulations for exchanges.
All that? How difficult could an exchange be?
You'd be surprised. Let's see. I just don't like it. Here it is. Rules for I just don't like it.
You're joking. They actually have a rule for that?
They sure do. See?
Customer just doesn't like it. See complaint department. What does that mean?
It means you have to go upstairs to the complaint department.
And what happens there?
They will probably listen to you and send you to the exchange department.
But I'm already at the exchange department.
But did not go through proper channels.
Okay, what if I told you I went to the complaint department and they sent me here?
Then you would have a complaint/exchange transfer slip. You have one?
No, I don't.
Then you'll have to go back upstairs to get sent back to where you are now.
Okay, look, I know you have rules, but is it at all humanly possible that you could show just a hint of compassion?
Compassion. I don't know. Let me check. Let's see. Here it is. Compassion. Very interesting.
What?
Well, it seems that in an extreme case, I am permitted to act in what's called the customer's best interest. It's a judgment call. So is this an extreme case?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
Because if I don't get some help, I'm pretty sure I'm going to rupture a blood vessel in my head that could cause uncontrollable psychotic behavior that could result in the death of anyone in the near vicinity. Now, what would you classify that?
Extreme. Let's get you taken care of now.
Thank you.
All I need is your receipt.
My what?
Your receipt. Don't tell me you don't have a receipt.
No, it was a present. My friend gave it to me. He told me if I didn't like it, I could exchange it here.
Then get the receipt from your friend.
I can't. He went to Bangkok on business today.
My goodness, you do have a peck of problems, don't you?
So you're not going to exchange this? Extreme situation, remember?
I know. But no receipt, no exchange. Now, if it was a defect, that would be different.
Oh, really? Well, how's this?
You broke it.
I know. Now it's a defect. So what's the story on that?
Defects don't come here. They go back to the manufacturer.
But you said if it was a defect.
I said defects were different. You didn't let me finish. You have no one to blame for your predicament but yourself. Now, before that blood vessel thing happens, I'm going to go to lunch. So have a nice day.
I should have just stayed home.
Beaches by Mary Agnes Donahue, starring Catherine McNamara and Deborah Kraut. We are in a Manhattan wine bar where Cece Bloom, a talented child performer, now a successful entertainer, and Hillary Whitney, a daughter of privilege, bump into each other. Having met as children at a summer resort, their unlikely friendship survived the many vicissitudes of life until their shared love for the same man, John Pierce, a dazzling film director, ignites a decades-long love triangle and triggers a prolonged estrangement.
Cece!
Oh my God, Hillary! Oh my God! I haven't seen you since what? The night the play opened, have I?
I know, it's been such a long time.
Oh my God, like, what is that, like 5 years? Oh my God. I mean, you haven't changed. So do you miss politics?
Politics? No, I don't miss politics at all. Why would I?
Oh, because it meant so much to you, that's why.
Well, it's a little hard to have a corporate lawyer and a liberal politician in the same household. Who's going to do the entertaining?
So tell me, dear, what do you do with yourself all day now that you're a housewife?
Beg your pardon?
Well, I go crazy doing nothing, but then, you know, I always have been a very energetic person. I mean, don't you get bored sitting around the house all day?
No, I don't sit around the house all day. I'm an extremely busy person.
Doing what?
I beg your pardon.
Well, how do you spend your time? I mean, doing what?
What is this, Cece? The Spanish Inquisition?
Well, we haven't seen each other in years and just want to know how you spend your time. I mean, is that a crime?
I spend it working on various charities. I'm on the board of the Junior League, the Stately Homes Preservation Society. I'm a docent at the Museum of Modern Art, and I take horticulture classes.
Horticulture classes?
You may not be aware of it, but horticulture, or gardening, as you may call it, it happens to be an art.
Hey, who's criticizing? The important thing is that you're happy, right?
I'm very happy. I'm very, very, very happy. Very happy.
This is a great color on me, isn't it?
I guess.
Well, is it or isn't it? I mean, could you be more specific?
No, it's not. It makes you look like a corpse. Is that specific enough?
What the hell is going on here?
Will you please lower your voice?
No, I won't. I want to know what's eating you. You've been a total bitch ever since you got here.
I can say the same thing about you.
Yeah, well, I've only been reacting to you.
Oh, for God's sake, Cece, don't you get it? We have nothing in common anymore. It happens to the best of friends, and it's happened to us. We've grown apart. It's time to accept it.
You're wrong. We haven't grown apart. You've fallen apart.
Oh, I don't want to take care of this anymore.
No, you don't.
So long.
Sit down. You're not leaving. No, sit down. You're not getting off that easy. When your father died, he took the best part of you with him, my old friend. You tried to be an interesting person for a while, but you couldn't take the heat. First sign of trouble, you caved and reverted to type. You're nothing but a tight-ass, small-minded snob these days.
How would a pretentious little climber like you know that?
Experience. And I know what's eating you, too. Plain old-fashioned jealousy.
Jealousy of what? Of your raw ambition, your new money, your marriage of convenience?
My what?
Every time John looked at me, you came apart at the seams. What's your problem? Are you afraid your husband doesn't love you? Are you afraid you got him by default after I married Michael?
Maybe I am. But at least I belong to myself, which is more than I can say for you. I'm doing what I want to do. Remember? Free at last, free at last. I'm living the life that you didn't have the courage to live. So don't tell me you're not jealous. You're so jealous you can barely breathe.
Oh, Cece, you have no idea how much I've missed you. Will you ever forgive me for all those terrible things I just said?
Me forgive you? I should ask you to forgive me.
For what? All you did was tell the truth. I've been so jealous of you for doing everything you said you were going to do. I couldn't see straight. And because John was so obviously in love with you.
Yeah, well, that's water under the bridge now. We broke up.
Oh, no.
You know, I was so wrecked. They shut down my first movie.
What happened?
Well, I was a little edgy. That's all. And it's not my medium, you know. Oh, and I broke the director's jaw. But you know what? That wasn't the worst of it. Arthur was hit by a laundry truck and he died just like that.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You know, the thing is, I always thought I hated him when I really loved him, but I never showed it. I'm never gonna know how much I really care.
You shouldn't torture yourself about it now. Cece, by the way, who is Arthur?
He was my dog, silly.
Oh.
Thelma and Louise by Callie Curry, starring Sherry McCoy and Grace Salzone. In the summer of 1991, friends Thelma and Louise sneak out on the men in their lives and hit the road on a getaway vacation in Louise's green 1966 Thunderbird convertible. They stop at a bar where a man plies Thelma with alcohol, tries to rape her. Louise shoots the man dead. Certain that no one will believe them, the friends become fugitives on the lam with the police in hot pursuit.
Oh, shit. I'm getting tired.
Are you all right?
I think I really fucked up. I think I got us in a situation where we could both get killed. Why didn't we just go straight to the police?
Well, you know why. You already said.
What'd I say again?
Nobody would believe us. We'd still get in trouble and we'd still have our lives ruined. And you know what else?
What?
That guy was hurting me. And if you hadn't come out when you did, he'd have hurt me a whole lot worse. Probably nothing would have happened to him because everybody did see me dancing with him all night and they'd have made out like I asked for it. And my life would have been a whole lot more ruined than it is now. At least now I'm having fun. And I'm not sorry the son of a bitch is dead. I'm just sorry that it was you that did it and not me. And if I haven't, Louise, I want to take this time to thank you. You know, thank you for saving my ass.
I said all that.
No, Louise, you said the first part and I said everything else.
Whatever. You know, we have to think this thing through. We have to be smart. Now is not the time to panic. If we panic now, we're done for. Nobody saw it. Nobody knows it was us. We're still okay. Now, all we have to do is figure out our next move.
Our next move. Well, I'll say one thing, Louise. This sure is some vacation. I sure am having a good time. This is real fun.
If you weren't so concerned with having a good time, we wouldn't be here right now.
Well, just what's that supposed to mean?
It means shut up, Thelma.
So this whole thing's my fault, is it?
Just shut up.
I know this whole thing's my fault. I know it is.
There's one thing you ought to realize by now, Thelma. It's not your fault.
Louise, no matter what happens, I'm glad I came with you.
You're crazy. You know what's happened, don't you?
What?
We have gone insane.
Yep.
Thelma, I'm going to go to Mexico. I think I can make it in 2.5 days, but I'm going to have to haul ass. Are you up for this? I got to know. This isn't a game. I'm in deep shit. I got to know what you're going to do.
I don't know. I don't know what you're asking me.
Oh, don't you fall apart on me. God damn it, Thelma. Every time I get in trouble, you either go blank or you plead insanity or some such shit. And this time, not this time. Now, everything's changed. You can do whatever you want, but I'm going to Mexico. I'm going. Are you coming with me?
Everything looks different. You know what I mean? I know you know what I mean. Everything looks new. Do you feel like that? Like maybe we got something to look forward to.
We'll be drinking margaritas by the sea, Mamacita.
We can change our names.
We can live in a hacienda.
And I want to get a job. In fact, I want to work at Club Med.
Yes, yes. Now, what kind of a deal do you think that cop can come up with to beat that?
It'd have to be pretty good.
Oh, it would have to be pretty damn good.
Louise?
Yes, Thelma?
You're not going to give up on me, are you?
What do you mean?
I mean, you're not going to make some kind of a deal with that guy, are you? I just want to know.
Oh, no, Thelma. I'm not going to make any deals.
I can understand if you're thinking about it. I mean, in a way, you got something to go back for. You know, Jimmy and all.
That is not an option.
But I don't know. Something's crossed over in me and I can't go back. I mean, I just couldn't live.
I know what you mean. I don't want to end up on the damn Geraldo show.
Well, I'm not going back, no matter what happens. So don't you worry about me.
He says they're charging us with murder.
Holy shit.
And we have to decide whether we want to come out of this dead or alive.
I guess I went a little crazy, huh?
No, you've always been crazy. This is just the first chance you've had to really express yourself.
Well, I guess everything we've got to lose is already gone anyway. And I always did want to travel. I just never had the opportunity.
Well, you got it now.
Louise?
What?
What in the hell is that up there?
Where?
Way up ahead.
Oh my God.
What in the hell is it?
It's goddamn Grand Canyon.
Isn't it beautiful?
It's grand.
Now what?
Oh, we're not giving up, Thelma.
Okay, then. Let's not get caught.
What are you talking about?
Go.
Go? Are you sure?
Yeah. Hit it. You're a good friend.
You too, sweetie. The best.
Anniversary Story by Len Magnus, starring Shelley Kornman and Len Magnus. We are at home with Molly and Murray on the occasion of their 50th wedding anniversary.
Anniversary, darling.
Happy anniversary to you, my dear. Ooh, house smells good. What's for dinner?
It's a surprise, but first, some wine to toast our 50th anniversary.
Happy anniversary, my darling. 50 more wonderful years together. L'chaim.
L'chaim.
Good.
How's the office today?
Same old, same old. You know, I'm getting very tired of the loan business.
After 50 years, that's no surprise.
Well, the business has changed. You know what people are borrowing money for? To pay off their credit cards. And guess what?
What?
They default. They lose their loans. They lose their houses. It's a crazy life.
So why don't you retire?
And do what? Join your acting class in Emeritus College? This way I'm productive. I put money in the bank. I get to see Stanley and Bernie every day.
That reminds me, did you see Danny Moskowitz today?
Some didn't talk to him.
Shirley called me. They're getting a divorce.
What? They're married as long as we are. What happened?
He had a girlfriend. She got pregnant. He wants to marry her and be a father.
Oh, a trophy wife at his age, that schmuck.
I don't think it's funny. We grow old, bear children, keep house, lose our looks, and you old ghosts look for young women.
Maybe I'm missing something.
Happy anniversary, Murray.
Thank you. Ah, cufflinks for my tuxedo. They're lovely. Thank you.
Just in time for Sylvia's wedding. You'll be the handsomest man there.
I'll wear them proudly.
Murray, what did you do with the $15,000?
What $15,000?
You know how I pay cash for everything.
50 years, I'm trying to get you to straighten out the checkbook.
I know, and I lost the credit card the first time I used it.
And somebody found it and charged $2,000 for it.
And went to jail for 6 months.
So
you taught me how to work the debit card.
And
I checked the computer. I made sure that I had the password, and I saw that we had $15,000 in the checking account. But when I got to the jeweler's to buy the cufflinks, the $15,000 was gone.
Are you checking up on me, Molly?
Murray, when I want to take the bus, we discuss if we should take the Santa Monica bus for 50 cents or the city bus for 35 cents. Should we buy produce at Vons for $1.39, but it would be an extra trip? Or should we buy it at Ralph's for $1.59? So why shouldn't I be concerned about $15,000?
Are you checking up on me after 50 years, Molly?
Don't tease me, Murray. Why didn't you tell me about the money?
It wasn't the right time to tell you.
Not the right time? When is the right time?
I'll tell you when it's the right time.
Don't do this to me, Murray. You know what I'm thinking?
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking you're like Danny Moskowitz, running off with another woman, you son of a bitch. I've given you the best years of my life. I've raised our children. I've kept house for you, washed, clean, cooked. And now that my hair is turning gray, you're throwing me away. How could I have been such a fool not to have seen you for who you are? I could kill you.
Molly, there is no other woman.
Then it's a man. You're
Right.
coming out of the closet after all these years just to make a fool of me.
There's nobody else. You are the only one.
I didn't really think so.
Well, what did you think?
That you were dying, that you needed the money to see a specialist or worse, a quack, and you didn't want to upset me with the news. What did the doctor say?
Doctor said if I don't get hit by a car, I can live to 90.
Well, I knew that too, but I kept saying to myself, why would Murray take $15,000 and not tell me? Then I knew you were being blackmailed, or worse, you needed the money to pay off gamblers or they'd kill you, or someone had kidnapped one of the grandchildren, or you were buying Venezuelan drugs for resale and needed to bribe the police. Murray, what did you do with the money?
Molly, are you tired after all of that? I am exhausted. These are the best years of my life. I love you more today than I loved you the day I fell in love with you.
And I love you, but the money?
Molly, what did we always say we wanted to do with our 50th wedding anniversary?
Take a Caribbean cruise.
You think you could handle 2 weeks in a stateroom with a drug addict, a dying man, a murderer, killer?
Oh, but Murray, those rooms are too small for all those people.
When Harry Met Sally by Nora Ephron, starring Olga Varga and Ralph Shapira. Harry and Sally are strangers. Both are moving from Chicago to New York City. Harry's girlfriend, Amanda, a friend of Sally's, arranged for Harry to share a ride to New York. After several hours of driving, Sally and Harry stop at a fast food restaurant. They decide to eat their meal in a parking lot and continue their conversation on the classic film Casablanca.
Doesn't want her to stay. That's why he puts her on the plane.
Oh, I don't think she wants to stay.
Of course she wants to stay. Wouldn't you rather be with Humphrey Bogart than that other guy?
No, I don't want to spend the rest of my life in Casablanca married to a man who runs a bar. That might sound awfully snobbish to you, but I really don't.
You'd rather have a passionless marriage
And be the first lady of Czechoslovakia.
than be with the man you've had the greatest sex of your life with just because he owns a bar?
Yes, and so would any woman with in her right mind. You know, women are very practical. Even Ingrid Bergman, which is why she gets on the plane at the end of the movie.
Oh, I get it. You haven't had great sex yet.
Oh, yes, I have.
No, you haven't.
Oh, it just so happens I've had plenty of good sex.
With who? Have you had this great sex?
Oh, I'm not going to tell you that.
Fine. Don't tell me.
Shell Gordon.
Sheldon? No, I'm sorry. You did not have great sex with Sheldon.
I did too.
No, a Sheldon can do your taxes. If you need a root canal, he's your man. But humping and pumping is not Sheldon's strong suit. So how come you broke up with Sheldon?
Well, how do you know we broke up?
Because if you didn't, you wouldn't be with me. You'd be with Sheldon, the Wonder Schlong.
Hey, first of all, I am not with you. And second, it is none of your business why we broke up.
You're right. I don't want to know.
Well, if you must, it was because he was very jealous and I had these days of the week underpants.
Days of the week underpants?
Yes, and one day he said to me, "You never wear Sunday." He got all suspicious. Where was Sunday? Where had I left Sunday? And I told him, but he didn't believe me.
What?
They don't make Sunday
Why not?
because of God.
And that's what broke you up?
Yes.
How many men have you slept with anyway?
I'm not telling you that.
Fine. I don't want to know.
2.
You've been with 2 people and you're telling me based on 2 people that you know whether or not you've had great sex?
Well, how many have you?
I don't know.
Well, what do you mean you don't know?
I don't know.
Well, is it between 0 and 3, 4 and 10, or 10 and 100?
10 and 100.
Well, is it closer to 10 or closer to 100?
10.
Hmm.
You know, you're a very attractive person.
Well, thank you.
Amanda never said you were so attractive.
Well, maybe she doesn't think I am attractive.
It's not a question of opinion. Objectively, you are very attractive.
Harry, Amanda is my friend.
So?
So you're going with her.
So?
So you're coming on to me.
No, I wasn't. Okay. Let's say just for the sake of argument, it was a come on. What do you want me to do? I take it back, okay? I take it back.
You can't take it back
Why not?
because it's already out there.
Oh, geez. Just let it lie.
Harry, we're just going to be friends.
Sure. Great. Friends. You realize, of course, that we can never be friends.
What do you mean?
What I'm saying, and this is not a come on in any way, shape, or form, is that men and women can't be friends. The sex thing always gets in the way.
That is not true. I have a number of men friends and there is no sex involved.
No, you don't.
Oh, yes, I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
You only think you do. They all want to have sex with you.
They do not.
They do too.
They do not.
Do too.
Well, how do you know?
Because no man can be friends with a woman he finds attractive. He always wants to have sex with her.
So you're saying a man can be friends with a woman he finds unattractive.
No, you pretty much want to nail them too.
So what if they don't want to have sex with you?
Doesn't matter. The sex thing is already out there. So the friendship is doomed. And that's the end of the story.
Well, I guess we're not going to be friends then.
I guess not.
That's too bad. You're the only person I knew in New York.
Food of Love by D.M. Larson, starring Cy Hoffman and Robert Schwartz. We are in a university lecture hall where Professor Mulligan is getting ready to deliver his lecture on Shakespearean literature.
Oh, damn.
Hello, Professor. You dropped some papers.
I know. Hello, Julie.
Oh, here. Let me help you.
I'd be upset with them being out of order, but I already dropped them on the way over.
Oh dear.
I am so nervous about this lecture.
Why are you giving it?
Good question.
You're always doing stuff like this, but you don't seem to enjoy it that much.
Yet you come to every one.
Oh, well, I enjoy it.
You do?
Yeah.
Thanks.
For what?
Nice to hear someone say they enjoy it.
Oh, I'm sure lots of people do.
Yeah, but it's really nice when they actually say it and remember something from it.
Like the true identity of William Shakespeare, Edward de Vere.
Well, you do listen. I mean, I'm not saying it's Edward conclusively, but
Oh, I know. I've listened.
You really have. What's your favorite lecture?
Romeo and Juliet, of course.
Oh, two star-crossed lovers.
Yeah, they're families, sworn enemies, totally different lives, yet drawn together despite their differences.
These stories have stood the test of time. It's amazing literature, living literature that never dies.
Oh, I love your passion. That's why I come so often. I can feel your excitement.
Thanks.
Do you want me to organize these for you? I bet I could.
Sounds like a fun challenge. So like the 12th night, trying to reunite the twins lost at sea?
Or is it like the Tempest, lost in a storm and shipwrecked?
Still no breath, must fill my sails, or my project fails.
Blow, blow, thou winter wind, thou art not so unkind as man's ingratitude.
As you like it. Man's ingratitude, I get plenty of that here at the university. Most friendship is feigning, most loving is folly. Do you believe that?
Not in the least. Shakespeare says many things, but we can't believe in Shakespeare, only each other.
Not God?
Oh, God wrote the play. We're the actors.
All the world's a stage and all the men and women merely players.
Exactly.
Or does Shakespeare think man was the God? Oh, what piece of work is a man? How noble in reason, how admirable in action, how like an angel in apprehension, how like a God.
Hamlet was crazy. Now God be praised that to believing souls gives light in darkness, comfort in despair.
Is Henry VI a more reliable source than Hamlet?
Well, Henry was a real person.
Wow, you really have learned a lot about Shakespeare.
Oh, I think a lot of people know about the King Henrys.
The quotes, the insights, I'm impressed.
Well, I learned it all from you.
But no one else seems to have learned that much. I seem to be speaking into the wind. The tale told by an idiot full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
That's Macbeth, not you.
That's what it feels like, though. When nothing is true.
It does to me. Is that enough?
Maybe it is. Speak low.
You got me there. I don't recognize the quote.
Excellent rest.
That's not quite right. Those are separate plays.
When does my lecture begin?
Oh, not for an hour.
I'm not ready.
Cancel it.
I can't.
Why not?
The university.
Who cares? What do you want?
Happiness?
Does this make you happy?
It used to, but not so much anymore.
Find something that does.
Oh, happy dagger.
I think Juliet was being ironic when she said that.
Joy, joy and love. Joy, gentle friends, and fresh days of love.
Joy and love.
A heart to love. And in that heart, the courage to let love be known.
Macbeth, do you have the courage?
I don't know if I do.
I know no ways to mince it in love, but directly to say, I love you.
Henry V. You have witchcraft on your lips.
Okay, bad choice. How about I humbly do beseech of your pardon for too much loving you.
Othello doesn't end much better.
I need a quote from a comedy.
Nobody quotes the comedies.
Oh, but you did. Much ado about nothing. Speak low if you speak love.
You pretended you didn't know.
Oh, you used that quote quite a few times. I finally remembered it.
So much for being subtle.
Why be subtle?
Should we be doing this?
Shouldn't you be happy?
Can I be?
You can.
I don't know how.
Then let me teach you.
How?
With a kiss.
Oh, then just think, let lips do what hands do.
His Girl Friday by Ben Hesht, Charles Lederer, and Maury Riskin. We are in the office of single-minded newspaper editor Walter Burns as he tries to tempt his ex-wife of 4 months, star investigative reporter Hildy Johnson, to return to her job on the paper.
Hello,
What? Who is it?
it's your ex-wife.
How long is it?
How long is what?
You know what? How long since we've seen each other?
Well, let's see, I was in Reno for 6 weeks, then in Bermuda. Oh, about 4 months, I guess. Seems like yesterday to me.
Well, maybe it was yesterday. Have you been seeing me in your dreams?
No, I doesn't dream about you anymore, Walter. You wouldn't know the old girl now.
Oh, yes, I would. I'd know you anywhere.
Anywhere, anytime, any place. Oh, Walter, you're repeating yourself. That's the same speech you gave the night you proposed.
I notice you still remember it.
I'll always remember it. If I hadn't remembered it, I wouldn't have divorced you.
You know, Hildy, I sort of wish you hadn't divorced me. It sort of makes a fellow lose faith in himself, almost makes him feel like he wasn't wanted.
Holy mackerel. Look, Junior, that's what divorces are for.
Nonsense. You've got this old-fashioned idea that divorces are something that lasts forever, till death us do part. Why, a divorce is something that a judge just mumbles a few words over you. We've got something between us that nothing can change.
I suppose that's true in a way, Walter. I am fond of you. I just wish you weren't such a stinker.
Well, that's a nice thing to say.
Well, why did you promise me you wouldn't fight the divorce and then try and gum up the whole works?
Well, I meant to let you go, Hildy. Honest, I did. But, you know, you never miss the water till the well runs dry.
A fellow your age hiring an airplane to write, Hildy, don't be hasty. Remember my dimple, Walter.
I don't want to brag, but I've still got the dimple, and it's in the same place. I just did what any husband would do, and I acted like that, and that is I didn't want to see my home broken up.
Home.
What home? Don't you remember the home I promised you?
Oh, yes. We were supposed to have it right after our honeymoon. Honeymoon.
Oh, was it my fault? Did I know that the cave mine, the coal mine was going to have another cave in? I meant to be with you on our honeymoon, Hildy. Honest, I did.
All I know is that instead of 2 weeks in Atlantic City with my bridegroom, I spent 2 weeks in a coal mine with John Krupski getting food and air out of a tube. You don't deny that, do you?
Deny it? Hell, I'm proud of it. We beat the whole country on that story.
Well, suppose we did. That's not what I got married for. Or wasn't you talking? Look, Walter, I came up here to tell you to stop phoning me a dozen times a day and sending me 20 text messages and all the rest of it, because I'm
But let's not fight, Hildy. I'll tell you what, you come back to work here on the paper, and if we find that we can't get along in a friendly way, we'll get married again.
What? Walter, you're wonderful in a loathsome sort of way. Now, will you mind keeping quiet long enough for me to tell you what I came up here for?
Sure, come on, we'll grab some lunch. You can tell me everything.
No, I can't. I have a lunch date.
Well, you can break it, can't you?
No, I can't.
Oh, sure you can. Come on.
Oh, don't tell me what to do. We're divorced. You're not my husband and you're not my boss. And what's more, you're not going to be my boss.
You mean you're not coming back to work here?
Now you're getting it. I had a better offer.
You had a better offer?
You
Go
bet I've
on
got a
and
better
take
offer.
it. Go on and take it. See if I care. Work for somebody else. That's the gratitude I get.
Oh, I know.
Who were you
Walter.
when you came here all those years ago? A little college schoolgirl from a cool school of journalism. I took a little doll-faced mug and I turned you
Oh,
into
you wouldn't have taken me if I hadn't been doll-faced.
Why should I? I thought it would be a novelty to have a face around here that a man could look at without shuddering.
Oh, please, Walter, will you just listen to me?
I made a great reporter out of you, Hildy, but you won't be half as good on any other paper, and you know it. You need me. I need you. And the paper needs both of us.
Well, the paper will have to learn to do without me, and so will you. It just didn't work out, Walter.
It would have worked if you'd been happy with being editor and reporter, but no, you had to marry me and ruin everything.
I wasn't happy. I wasn't satisfied. I suppose I proposed to you.
Well, you practically did. You made Google eyes at me for 2 years until I broke down, and I still claim I was tight the night I proposed. If you'd been a gentleman, you'd have forgotten all about it, but no, not you.
Oh, you.
Hang on, hold on. Yeah, hello, yeah. What is it, Sweeney? Yeah, what? Sweeney. Oh, yes, Sweeney. What is it I can do for you? Uh-huh. Oh, no, Sweeney, you can't do that. Sweeney, you can't do that. Not today. Not today of all days. Oh, no, Sweeney. Oh, jumping Jehoshaphat. All right. If you have to, you have to. Oh, dear. How do you like that? Everything happens to me with 365 days in the year. This has to be the day.
What's the matter?
Sweeney.
Dead?
Not yet, might just as well be. The only man on the paper who can write, and his wife picks this morning to have a baby.
Sweeney? Well, I'm sure he didn't choose to do it that way, did he?
I don't care whether he did or not. He's supposed to be covering the Earl Williams case today. And there he is waiting at the hospital. Is there no sense of honor left in this country?
Well, don't you have anybody else?
There isn't anybody else on the paper who can write. This will ruin me unless Hildy.
Keep away. No.
Oh, come on, Hildy. You got to help me.
No.
It'll bring us together again, Hildy, just like we used to be.
That's what I'm afraid of.
All right, Hildy, if you won't do it for love, how about money? I'll give you $2,500 extra a month.
Listen, you
Okay, 3,500 a month and not a penny more.
Please, just listen
Jesus,
to me.
what's this other paper gonna give you?
I'm not working for any other paper. Do you see this? Do you know what this is? Do you know what an engagement ring is? I tried to tell you right away, but you started reminiscing. I'm getting married, Walter. And I'm getting as far away from the newspaper business as I can get. I'm through.
Get married all you want to, Hildy, but you can't quit the newspaper business.
You can't sell me that.
Who says I can't? You're a newspaper man.
That's why I'm quitting. I want to go someplace where I can be a woman.
I know you, Hildy, and I know what it would mean. It would kill you.
A journalist, peeking through keyholes, running after fire engines, stealing pictures of old ladies whose daughters went missing. I know all about reporters, Daffy Budinskis without a nickel in their pocket. No, Walter, I'm through.
Where'd you meet this man?
Bermuda.
Bermuda. What's his line?
He's in the insurance business.
Insurance business?
It's a good, honest business, isn't it?
Oh, sure, it's honest, but somehow I can't picture you with a guy who sells policies.
Well, I can, and I love it. He forgets the office when he's with me. He doesn't treat me like an errand boy. He treats me like a woman.
He does he? And what did I treat you like? A water buffalo?
I don't know about water buffaloes, but I know about him. He's sweet and kind and considerate. And by tomorrow, I'll be Mrs. Bruce Baldwin.
Tomorrow? As quick as all that?
The quicker, the better. Well, Walter, I finally got out what I wanted to tell you. So long and better luck next time.
I wish everything I couldn't give you, Hildy.
Oh, thanks, Walter.
Say, it's too bad I couldn't see this guy first. I'm pretty particular about whom my wife marries.
Well, he's waiting in the anteroom for me now.
Well, say, could I meet him?
Oh, better not. It wouldn't do any good.
Well, you're not afraid, are you?
Afraid? I should say not.
Well, then come on. Let's meet this paragon. Is he as good as you say?
Better.
And what does he want with you?
Now you got me.